Your journey to the center of your life. A long time ago, in an ancient village of northern India, the king declared a competition to see who was the wisest man in the land. Scores of men were sent into the streets in order to gather the wisest men who roamed the lands. 3 men were brought back to the king. The king told them that the next day they would be put together in a room, and the first one who found a way to unlock the door and come outside would be considered the wisest of them all. 2 of the 3 men scurried to the bookstores and the libraries and gathered books on how to pick locks. They concealed these books within their clothing. The following day, the 3 of them were brought to the room, and the door was shut behind them. Frantically, 2 of the men began scouring the books in order to find a way to pick the lock. The 3rd man retreated to the corner and closed his eyes and sat in silence. The 2 men, astonished at his behavior, said to him, "What are you doing over there?" The man said calmly, "I am preparing." "What sort of preparation is that?" they said. The man replied, "You worry about yourselves. Leave me to myself." The 2 men spent the entire night leafing through the pages of their books and discussing their plans for picking the lock. As the sun rose out of the east, the 2 men felt very nervous. They were completely preoccupied amongst themselves, hatching their plan for escape. Then, suddenly, they heard a voice. It was the voice of the king. The king said, "We have declared the wisest man in the land. His wisdom is unparalleled in our great nation." The king opened the door, and the 2 men found the 3rd man standing outside with the king. "How did he get out?" they asked. The man explained, "While the 2 of you were caught in a frenzy trying to find a way to pick the lock, I sat in silence. I allowed my mind to drift away from me so that I could attain clarity." "Yes, and then what did you do?" they asked. "I walked to the door and gently shook it, and upon my shaking, I noticed that it wasn't locked, so I pushed it open and walked outside." This story serves as a splendid parallel of our lives. Man has grown accustomed to running. He has become addicted to chasing and searching and plotting and calculating and devising. His entire life has become a chase for something that will give him happiness, something that will give him peace, something that will rescue him from his feelings of insecurity, something that will ease the pains of his life. What he fails to understand is that the pain that he feels and the peace that he lacks is the direct product of the chase. His freedom, his peace, his equanimity, his joy lie not in finding the right thing, but in dropping the chase altogether. But he finds this very difficult to do. Why? Because a man who has chased for his entire life does not know how to handle this moment. He has ran from this moment for as long as he can remember. Why? Because he lives within his mind, and the one place that the mind cannot exist in this moment, through a deep exploration known as Atma Moon, he can learn to stop his chase and reside within his center. When he finds his center, he will still see his problems and his disappointments, but they will exist at arm's length. But his life will finally live within him. All that he does, he will do beautifully, because of the place that there resides when he does them. Understand, dear friend, that there is nothing to chase. The mind's habit is to chase, and once it finds something, it simply begins to chase something else. This is its nature. Through Atma Moon, we leave the mind at the door, and we live a meditative life. Wisdom comes through stillness. Nature speaks to us through silence, and through whispers that only the humble and silent man can hear. And we will hear it only when we begin the journey to the center of ourselves.